What is going on, my friends? Today we will be talking about 12 signs that you can recognize in your life that you are the chosen one. You've been sent here with a reason, or you choose to come here on this beautiful planet with a reason to make a change, maybe to add something to collective consciousness or to help awaken others so we can all step out of this illusion to see a bigger picture that there is actually something more in this life. So yes, you are the chosen one. If you can fit in the signs, we'll go on 12 signs. So firstly, just to understand what we can do with it, if you will be able to find yourself in any of these signs, it means that you are already on that process of awakening. And I know from my experiences the hardest moment was at the beginning, or before I was aware that I am on that special mission, when everything seems so weird and you're not fitting into that system, and always when you're moving through life you feel like you're kind of different and you don't know what is happening, you don't know why everything is the way it is, and many times it can feel like that we are just not made for it, we are just not made for being here. But actually we just need to learn how to get this strength, because we are actually on a special mission, and we will go on through all the signs. And firstly, just to understand, I've made a video about the different dimensions from third to fifth dimension, and if we understand that we are here in our third dimension, as soon as we become aware that those signs are actually telling us something, we are moving with our mind, with awareness, we are actually moving out of that system. And our friend here, we will start again with our friend, because his journey with that whole process before he started meditating was actually really hard for him, because many times he felt like he just don't fit in any social standards. He's just out of this world. Nobody understands him. And I know that from my experiences it was kind of the same. I had many different jobs, but never I felt like this is it for me. I always thought that something more is here to find. So our friend here, before he was awakened, he felt like he just don't fit into any kind of social group. It was hard for him to find friends that would support his mission, that would support his ideas. He was always kinda out of this world. He was thinking about different projects which people most of the time just would say, what is wrong with you? It's not possible. So he just didn't fit into any kind of social group. And the second sign that he also found out was that most of the time he was just misunderstood. Doesn't matter if it was in school, or it was his parents, or later his boss, or whatever it was, he always felt like nobody understands his ideas, nobody understands his way of thinking, his way of acting, his way of reacting. And he was always kind to each other, kind to other people. And people say to him, don't be kind because people will take it and they will use it, your kindness, and things like that. But he just knew that it is something special. Being kind to each other is a really powerful thing, but we need to learn we need to learn more about how actually really to use our power of positivity. But at that time when he was researching himself, he didn't knew that. So he always felt kind of bad because he was always misunderstood, and the outcome of that was the feeling that he's just not made for it. He's not made for this community, for this humanity right now. But why we are feeling the way we are feeling is because we are here to make a change. That's why we are not fitting in, because we are here to make a change. So the third sign that he found out, oh no, this was the fourth. The third one, that's the one I love the most. It's creativity. Most of the time the chosen ones are really creative. And why is that? Because the third dimension, the dimension of separation and dimension of analyzing what is happening to us, what is happening around us, why we are the way we are, and things like that. Creative people don't analyze things. They are searching how to add something to the world to make a difference. They are thinking creatively how they can add something to make things better. So creativity is leading us out of the matrix, so we can see a wider perspective of everything. If we are here, not that it's something wrong of being here, it's just wrong when we are limiting ourselves and we are analyzing too much. It's great to analyze, it's great to combine creativity and analyzing, but being just stuck here, limited, it's not okay. It's great to just always search for a wider perspective, and that's why the chosen ones are here, to add this wider perspective or to help people widen their perspectives. So he found out that creativity is a great tool. Painting can, if you saw my art, you can see that all the paintings are a little bit different. And a lot of artists or singers or whatever, writers, the stories are just different than others, or movie scripts. And those movies then are just the next level, just the best movies in our histories. But when the scripts were written, people said, oh, this is just not right one, this is not okay. People said to me when I started painting, oh, those paintings are, nobody will understand them, nobody will buy them, it's not possible to make a living out of it. But if we are following to the call of our heart, our friend did it, if we are following to our call and we are expressing ourselves creatively, we will always get the best possible feedback. We will always be rewarded for that, and that's our power as chosen ones. If we will follow our heart, we will always be rewarded for that. So if you feel like you are really creative, that means that something special is inside you which needs to go out. But even if you're not feeling creative yet, it means that maybe you're still limited by the third dimension. But if you will follow your heart, you will soon find out that something more is here for you. The fourth sign that our friend also found out later is, it was really weird to him that doesn't matter which kind of person with certain authorities said something to him, he just found out, oh, I want to learn more something else. I don't believe this is true. So he always felt kind of independent. Doesn't matter if parents said something to him or teachers said something to him, he always said that he will find his own truth. Doesn't matter what people are saying to him, he will find his own truth. So he is totally independent. Now he's living such a freedom lifestyle because of that. and he's able to help others to tell stories and things like that. So if you feel kind of independent, doesn't matter what people are saying to you, because you are so different, that's definitely a sign that you are a chosen one. Let's go on. The fifth one is really special. Advanced emotions. You are emotionally sensible, so you can feel others. When you're talking with someone, you can feel how that person feels at that moment. Or when you come into a certain room, you just feel the energy inside it. And sometimes when you come at the certain place, you just want to go out because the energy is so bad. And that's because you have advanced emotions. And again, I will say this is not any like superpower that other people don't have. It is a superpower that we all have it, but if we are separating our true beings from who we think we are, we can't be aware of our emotional state, and we can't be aware of the energy around us. So that's why, again, advanced emotions. With that, I want to say that we just feel that more of, we just feel that something more is going on, and we are able to feel others. So by that, we are again stepping out of the matrix, and we are able to feel when something in the matrix is going on, positive or negative, or when something is serving us or something is not serving us. So advanced emotions can be really helpful when it comes also to intuition, when we are able to follow our hearts and follow our intuitions, because we are more able to feel what is right for us at this moment. So he was really emotionally sensible. And the sixth sign is, whoa, you are struggling sometimes, or many times, or often, but not because a lot of bad things are happening to you, or so many different things around us are happening, because you feel other people's pain, you feel creatively, you feel really creative, but all the people are pulling you down because of that, because you are struggling, because you don't fit in. And I can say to you that I feel you, because I was at the same. It happened all the same for me, and I believe to everyone who is a chosen one, who is here with that mission to awaken others, to help awaken others, was at some point really struggling because all of the signs, and because we were not aware of them yet, that actually we are kind of different, and we are not made for being stuck, or we are not made for being limited here. We are limitless. And the seventh sign that our friend really recognized at his young age was actually a drive to find his purpose. Since he was a kid, he was constantly asking questions about life, like who we are, or how the universe works, or what I will do when I will be older, or things like that. He was always asking different questions about what or why we are here, what life is all about. And because of all those questions, sometime in his life he found his purpose, which was inspire others and help others to grow and to find their purpose as well. So this one is really important, and we can really recognize this one, because sometimes even at our young age we just feel that we are following totally different paths than our friends or our family members or whoever, and maybe we found someone who inspires us and we are just following to that journey and not to follow someone that, like, our environment told us. We just follow something totally different. And that's again a sign. If you can see yourself here, that means that you are definitely here with a special mission. The eighth sign that this guy recognized was that somehow he was just drawn into spirituality. He had no friends who would have any kind of interest into spirituality, but he was just into it. Didn't know exactly what was leading him into it, but he just found out through different synchronicities that he has a strong interest into spirituality. So he found different books about it, and he was reading different books, and all those books were leading him into spirituality, and he was really, really excited about it, about different knowledge of spirituality, and he learned so much about it that soon he found out that our third dimension, the dimension of illusional limits and separation, is just not real, that it's just a program which we can step outside again to see a wider perspective. So if you were brought into spirituality in a totally unique way, or even just like it was a coincidence or something like that, if it felt like that, it means that it is actually, it's your call, something were calling you for it. Because my story about finding spirituality was really interesting. When I moved to my girlfriend's place at that moment, when we were living still at her place, it was about 6 years ago or 5 years ago, I just saw a book there in a closet. It was like, this book is calling me to read it. And for 2 months I was just leaving it there, not paying so much attention to it. But once I grabbed that book and I started reading it, and I just couldn't stop reading it. And this book is by the name Dreamers Never Sleep by Pat Mesiti, and it totally changed my life. It was my first kind of awakening when I started realizing that this is not so real, and what people told me in school and my parents and friends is just not everything there is. That also my parents were told by other people or their parents about something which is not even real. And with that book I started learning more about spirituality and self-growth, self-development, and I knew that there is something special, that we are actually on a special mission here. So that was the reason I started researching more about what I'm doing now. And right now I feel like everything was written by the universe for me, like the whole plane was written, and I'm just designing it so it can work the best for me, which is really, right now I'm so grateful for it. And let's go on. The ninth sign is he found out also at his young age that he's just more mature than others. For example, when he was hanging with friends, he just couldn't find a topic to talk about because all other friends were talking about different unimportant things, and he was all about how the universe works. What about law of attraction? Are we really a part of something bigger and things like that? And he never fit in because of that, because he couldn't find any friends who could support his thoughts or who could emotionally exchange their state of being, who could talk to each other how they really feel and how to, or how to meditate or how to express themselves deeply. So it was leading in also, again, it was leading in into a 10th sign, which was the strong feeling, or just knowing that he is some kind of special, but not by any egoistic way, like hey, I'm special and you're not, but more just a feeling that he is here with that special mission. If you just know that there is something special within you, then you're definitely a part of it. And the next one was also from his young age, when he was a child and when he was listening different stories, he always gets goosebumps, and the stories for him felt so alive. He always was able to connect with that main character in the story. And stories are actually really great because they are improving our imagination. We can always see ourselves as this hero character. And if you love stories, or if you love telling stories, that definitely means that you are here on a special mission. You are the chosen one. So let's move on to the 12th sign now. This one is interesting because even before he was aware of any kind of different signs, even before he was into spirituality, he just constantly, he was seeing different synchronicities, different numbers, different books about it, different dreams where he was just seeing different visions, but he was not aware of that yet, what it means, so he was not paying them lots of attention. But later in his life he found out that all the synchronicities were leading him to the understanding that he is the chosen one, and his mission here is to help other beings, other people, to get out of that system, to see that there is something more, that our mission is much, much wider and bigger than what we think it is in that matrix, the system. And that was his moment of enlightenment. So if you see yourself in any of these signs, that means that you are here on a special mission. So this is it for today. I'm sending you lots of blessings and love. Have a beautiful day, my friends. And write in the comments below if you feel that, and if it can help you in some way to finding your purpose, to finding your mission on this awesome planet. See you soon, my friends. Peace.